I'm Commander Matthew, and welcome back to Trek Back Tuesday, the show that explores time and space to seek out new toys and new merchandise from across the Star Trek universe. Captain Andrea isn't here with us today due to some family issues, so please leave something in the comments below, sending her some positive vibes. And it's very unfortunate that the Captain isn't here with us today for this episode, because I know that this is one of her favorites to do each year with me, because yes, once again, it is that time. Today we are looking at our exclusive sneak peek preview at what Triple Fiction Productions has coming out for you this upcoming Black Friday. If you're unfamiliar with Triple Fiction Productions, they are a US-based 3D printer that specializes in Star Trek-inspired props and replicas for action figures, like some of the stuff we have on this table here. I first became aware of the company a few years ago, and one of my very first purchases of them, in fact, is right here. This is their holodeck arches. And that kind of continued on and spread into some other things too, like you've got on the table here, like this Bajoran tricorder, this pad device, and this very cool foldable tricorder with actual working lights. And every Black Friday, TFP pulls out some brand new products that are special to only that particular day. And this is one of them from last year, in fact. This was a replicator, and also the very popular Exocomp. Triple Fiction Productions is also a sponsor of my podcast, Trek Untold, which, if you don't know about it, is a weekly Star Trek show where I talk to character actors, stunt performers, behind-the-scenes crew, and pretty much anybody else involved in the Star Trek universe, and learn the ins and outs of what they do in Star Trek and beyond. So do check it out. But today, this is all about TFP and all about their Black Friday special items, so let's go ahead and jump right on in, and let's tell you what they got coming up for you this year. And make sure you stay all the way to the end of the video here, because I've got a special discount code just for you. Alright, let's beam in our first item. So here we have the Constitution class operating Biobed. This item is already available, but they're doing a new run of them, and this is a very cool piece here for a lot of reasons. This is a really cool item and has a lot of interesting features about it too, which make it very cool here. So this is going to be great for you fans of the original series in particular, because this is basically your original Enterprise operating bed, your Biobed. So how does this thing work here? A lot of cool things. So one of them that's really nice is you'd be able to get your figures on this Biobed by moving this piece here. Now you just saw that, by the way, this little wire popped out here. That you can easily glue back in. Both bits you can glue back in. I think that might be something you have to watch out for as you do this, as you get this piece here. It's not really a major concern. It's going to probably fall out just anyway at some point because it is so small and tenuous, but it's a really cool feature to do regardless. So what you do now is you'll put your figure in onto the Biobed. You'll then snap it back onto here, and it just kind of slides it right on in very nicely. So once your figure is in there, you can then slide them right on in and secure them up there, and you can see right now the figure is actually staying in place. How cool is that? And the reason for that is because there's actually a magnet in this Biobed, at the top of the bed, in fact. There's a little magnetic piece here that lets you do this back and forth seamlessly with no other supports. Looks really nice, very cool. I like all the colors, great paint job, of course. Amazing decals, as always, you can see right there in the back. Just great attention to detail, and really good to help make your sick bay operate a little bit more efficiently. Now let's beam in our next sneak peek piece. And this is an Intrepid class surgical Biobed. This one also is currently available. It's already available. And this is what you'd be seeing if you were on board the USS Voyager. Another really nice Biobed here. Now, we actually looked at a Biobed that Triple Fiction Productions made a few years ago, in fact. And this is what we have right here. This is the version we have back then, so you guys can kind of see the difference here. So in terms of size, they're basically the same length, in fact. But what is different about them, you guys can see here, is that there's a little bit more head support, if you will, at the top of this Biobed. And the sides and the tops are also a little bit different here. And really the biggest difference, of course, between them is that on this new Biobed here, this has got these supports over here, which are very cool. They're retractable, so we'll put our Ensign Kim figure on this Biobed, and then all we have to do is lift these supports around him. And there we go. He's now right in place and staying on there very nicely too, which is cool. So that's that. That's how that's going to look. And again, more awesome decals. They do such great decal work with all their stuff here. It's very solid looking, very nice. This is a cool Biobed and a real good upgrade from what they put out a few years ago. And not to say that was bad, just a lot more detail, and the moving parts always make it really exciting. Let's beam in our next item, and this one is coming straight from Deep Space Nine's Promenade. What we're looking at right now is a Dago Table. This is a really exciting one. This is one I know has been requested by a lot of people in the comment section on Triple Fiction Productions social media pages. I've been one of them. I have wanted a Dago Table for so long. Now, the only other time we ever got a Dago Table before was actually what you're looking at right here. This is a Dago Table which came with the Lita action figure from Deep Space Nine. As you can see, that Dago Table that came with Lita is absolutely dwarfed by what we get now from Triple Fiction Productions. Like, this is the size it is meant to be. this one actually is the correct size, and it's really cool. Nice paint job again, very colorful, very bright. Yeah, you kind of forget how colorful DS9 could be considering how dark and gritty the show was, but there was actually a lot of color hidden on that show, and the Dago Table was one of those little hidden spots. Quark's bar was really a shining beacon of hope, if you will, compared to the rest of everything, and that's kind of sad actually now as I say that out loud. But yeah, Dago Table, very cool, very nice shape, and what's especially nice about this is that it does spin. Yep, the Dago Table spins, and how they do that and how they keep the price down for this is that it's just a separate piece here. So they just have a nice little groove in the middle. You pop this piece in there and boom, you're done. You got Dago Table. So now you're ready to give it a whirl and test your luck. Dabo! Now let's bring in our next piece from Triple Fiction Productions, and let's make sure that there's a security force field around this object. So what we have here is a regeneration alcove, and this one is going to be a limited edition of only 50 of these items. Now what's really cool about this, besides the really awesome looking sculpting, because this has got some really cool sculpting detail here, is you can see this on the back. What's that, you might be asking? Well, let's flick the switch and I'll show you what we just powered on. So I'll have to probably bend this over a little bit. No, it looks like you guys can see it really nicely here, but let me give you a better angle. So there's a little light up function on this Borg Alcove. You can see it right there. So if you have a nice action figure to put in there, it's going to be lit up. It's going to look really awesome. That's just really nice attention detail, which you get from Triple Fiction Productions as always. And yeah, just got a really nice detail. Like this is actually probably one of my favorite pieces that they've done because there's just such cool parts to this. There's also a special deal here if you buy 2 or more of these because they're pretty cool, and I think you're going to want a lot of them. And it is a little unfortunate that he's only doing 50 right now, but hopefully he'll do some more because I think this is going to be a very popular one this year. Just the possibilities of getting multiples of these and then linking them side by side to build a whole wall of Borg alcoves. I mean, just the idea of having a whole bunch of these to build like an entire generation alcove with multiple Borgs, it's really got me excited thinking about that. So I hope that maybe there's a possibility of more of these guys, but I'd say right now, jump on this one while you can because this is going to be probably one of the hottest ones that they're going to have this Black Friday. So for our final item now, and this is the one that I'm most excited for, let me see first if you can guess what this is going to actually be. And I don't think you're going to really know much from just looking at this piece. Maybe you will if you're very eagle-eyed and know your Trek, but let me try bringing in another piece to see if this helps jog your memory at all. And I think if you haven't figured out by now, you're about to be very excited. And I think now I'll go ahead and beam somebody in because we need to get our captain on the bridge. That's right, folks. We have the Galaxy class bridge set. And in particular, this is not for the Playmates figures. This is for the Galoob figures. I am so excited for this set here. And we're not done because, yeah, there's some more pieces to bring in over here because we have the full-on bridge crew. You've got your chairs for Riker and the Troy that they never made, as well as their monitor screens over here that would go right by the side of them. Put those right there. Got one over here. We've got our Geordi LaForge as well at navigation. Let's put a few more officers on this bridge here and take a look at it completed. So there you go. We've got ourselves our very first Galaxy class bridge set. And by the way, I do want to point out here, you might notice something's looking a little funny over here with Data. Well, unfortunately, his piece broke in shipping, and I was trying to maybe tape it up if I could, but it's such a weird shape in how it's put together. I couldn't really put it back in place. So I am going to be hopefully getting a replacement part from Triple Fiction Productions, and usually they're good about that kind of stuff too, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. But yeah, the reason why it actually broke off is one of the coolest features about this set, and that's because there's a lot of swiveling, moving pieces, including these monitors over here that are on the side for number 1 and for, in this case, Tasha Yar. And then also on Geordi's unit here, this piece swivels too. And the chairs, by the way, also swivel on this unit here. So that's like such a cool amount of detail. It's unfortunate that that part broke in transit, but, so I'm being a little bit careful right now. But yeah, it's a really cool piece. It's a very bold piece to do as well, a very risky piece for Triple Fiction Productions to make, because adding moving parts really makes things a lot more difficult, and you can run into issues like parts breaking off in this case, like that right there. But again, not really too worried about it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be replaced, and it looks amazing. Like, this is something I've been waiting for since I was a kid. So if you collected any of these Galoob figures, you might know that there was an unproduced Enterprise set, and that meant an entire actual Enterprise that was going to have a bridge built into it, and then there was also plans for like a cardboard series of play sets that were going to be, again, they're going to have a bridge play set too. Both those things never got made. So we never got an Enterprise bridge set in this scale until today, until Black Friday 2021. And now at last, TFP has brought us the Galaxy class bridge set, and my god, this thing is amazing. I love this thing. This might be my favorite piece that TFP has ever made. There's been a lot of really cool pieces. I really have enjoyed everything he's made, but this is something I've wanted for so long, and it's so great because I feel like I finally have a way to display these figures in such a definitive format. So this to me is like the absolute must-have. I think the Borg Alcove is great, but this right here that we're looking at, I'm going to be salivating over this thing for months, for years to come, I'm sure. Now, there's one last Star Trek item I don't have in hand. That's because it's a big one and it's still being worked on, I think, probably even as of now. That will be the Queen's Chamber. This is the Borg Queen's Chamber. This thing is amazing. There's going to only be 10 of these guys, by the way, too. So if you want this one you got to really, really pounce on and be quick about. This Queen's Chamber is amazing, and quite frankly, you might be competing with me on Black Friday to get this thing because hot damn do I want this Borg Queen Chamber. So that is your sneak peek at all the brand new stuff coming out this Black Friday from Triple Fiction Productions. But as I mentioned at the top of the video here, I've got a special discount code just for you. TFP is a sponsor of my podcast, Trek Untold, and as part of that podcast, they've given me an awesome discount code that I share with my listeners each week. So if you use code UNTOLD10 at checkout, you will get 10% off of your Black Friday order. And that code, by the way, is good for not just Black Friday, but for any day and just about any item you want to order. So if nothing here strikes your fancy, but you see something else on your website that you like any other time that you're there, use code UNTOLD10 at checkout and you will get 10% off your order. And TFP also has a loyalty program as well, which will get you some more discounts as you go along, so make sure you join up that loyalty program. It's free to do. All you gotta do is just keep buying stuff using the same email. And by the way, if you're gonna go ahead and use that code UNTOLD10 at discount, why not check out the Trek Untold podcast if you're not already listening to it? Trek Untold is a weekly interview series where I chat with character actors, stunt performers, behind-the-scenes crew, writers, directors, and pretty much anybody else who's a part of the Star Trek universe to learn the ins and outs of their profession and talk about Star Trek and everything else they've done in their careers. It's available in audio form every Thursday on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and pretty much any place that you listen to podcasts. Or if you prefer to watch it in video form, it's here on this YouTube channel every Sunday. I'm going to have links to that in the comments section as well, so do check out Trek Untold if you're into podcasts. Now, one more time, let's just run down the pricing of everything and make sure you guys know what to do this Black Friday. An important disclaimer about the discount codes: all discount codes, including my Untold 10, will be usable during the sale, but you cannot use them on props, because they're going to be offered at their own special discounted price I'm going to tell you about right now. So just again, to reiterate that, Untold 10 is usable, but not on props. And the reason why props are not applicable to that discount code is because all inspired prop replicas will be on sale for 50% off on Black Friday. So you're going to get enormous discounts as soon as that Black Friday sale begins. 50% off beats my 10% any day of the week. So if you want to get some Star Trek inspired prop replicas, this is the day to do it. Half off is an amazing deal for some really high quality stuff. So let's run down the prices now to make sure that your credit card is ready for what's going to happen on Black Friday. The Constitution class operating Biobed and the Intrepid class surgical Biobed will both be $59.99. The Dago Table will be $54.99. The Regeneration Alcove, which is limited to only 50 pieces, will be $64.99, but if you buy 2 or more, they'll be priced down to $49.99 each. The Borg Queen's Chamber will be available for $349.99 and is limited to only 10. And finally, the big hot item this year, the Galaxy-class bridge set for your Galoob Star Trek figures will be a pre-order, by the way, which means that these items won't be shipping right away. It's going to take some time to make them, but that pre-order will begin on that day, and it'll be available for $299.99, and only 10 will be made. Triple Fiction Productions Black Friday sale begins November 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern. So remember, when that sale begins, you want to be there ready to go. So already have your account made, get right in there, and hopefully you can get everything you want to get. These items all have limited runs, so best of luck to you if you're going to go ahead and try and be there on Black Friday to get some of these guys. So that's everything new that is coming out this Black Friday 2021 from Triple Fiction Productions. Make sure to head over to triple-fictionproductions.net to get on there when it's time to order. So on behalf of Captain Andrea, I am Commander Matthew. Thanks for watching this episode of Trek Back Tuesday and the sneak peek preview of what's coming out from Triple Fiction Productions on Black Friday. So until next time, as we say at the end of all these episodes, live long and buy toys.